All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this conversation. We're gonna be talking about JJ Redick, and how he had talked a lot of junk or some shade he was throwing over at Doc Rivers. So we're gonna read the Philadelphia Inquirer. JJ Redick slams Doc Rivers over lack of accountability. um, Patrick Beverley and Austin Rivers, though, defend Buck's coach. You understand why Austin Rivers is defending his dad. You totally get it. I understand it. So I have no issue with that from Austin Rivers' perspective, even from Patrick Beverley perspective. Um, I understand it. I get it. So when you're talking about those things, let's kind of just get into it because JJ Redick was on ESPN First Take, and he clearly talked about some things that he wasn't happy about Doc Rivers. So in this article, they said that Rivers joined the Bucks after starting the season on ESPN's lead announcing team with Mike Breen and Doris Brooke, and replaced Adrian Griffin in Milwaukee on January the 24th. Now, let me kind of just preface this by saying this right here. I think what the Milwaukee Bucks organization did to Adrian Griffin was a travesty, in my opinion. I have my thoughts on it. I have my opinions on it. I did not like it at all. I thought it was distasteful. I thought it was disrespectful, to disrespect that man like that. And they had the best record at that time, or at the very least, they were number two in the East. I didn't like the fact when you had Giannis, that was saying a lot of disrespectful things about Adrian Griffin, about how they wasn't prepared and things of that nature. And even if that was true, man, the amount of respect that you gave the former head coach, I don't even remember you saying anything like that that was disrespectful. But when it comes to a black head coach, you felt the need to throw this man under the bus. And that is exactly what Giannis did, was threw the new head coach, Adrian Griffin, under the bus. Period. Now, I'm going to say this, man. I don't like it. It was just for distasteful, and Giannis should be ashamed of himself. And I hope their ass don't even make it deep in the playoffs, because the way he talked bad about Adrian Griffin, the way the Milwaukee Bucks organization, whether it's from the general manager to the president, even the owner of the Bucks, on how they blatantly showed disrespect to what Adrian Griffin brought to the table. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell you this. I kind of agree with JJ Redick on some of the things that he said about Doc Rivers, and we're going to get in on it. Now, JJ Redick said this: I've seen the trend for years. JJ Redick went on to say that the trend is always making excuses. Doc, we get it. Taking over a team in the middle of a season is hard. But he went on to say, JJ Redick went on to say that, said that it's hard. We get it. Just like getting traded in the middle of the season is hard for an NBA professional player. We get it. But it's always an excuse with him, Doc Rivers. It's always throwing your team under the bus. Now, I'm going to just tell you this, man. JJ Redick even went on to say this. I gotta say this, what he said. He said they lose to Memphis. Oh, it's his players' fault. This is what Doc Rivers comments, post-game comments, when they lost to the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh, it's his players' fault. Memphis was playing G League guys. This is what JJ Redick said. Oh, it's the players' fault. Okay. But Memphis was playing G League guys and two-way guys. And then you look at his quotes over the weekend, and now he wants to take credit for the James Harden trade to the Clippers working out. He wants credit for that. There's just never accountability with that guy. There's never accountability. Now, this is what Patrick Beverley had to respond to JJ Redick when he heard what JJ Redick said on ESPN First Take. He said that this man, Doc, actually saved your career, JJ Redick. started you when no one else wanted to, and you retire, go on TV and say that. Now, it's important to know in this article, they said that JJ Redick, who started 265 of the 265 games he played under Rivers, fired back. Now, this is what JJ Redick said on Twitter in response to Patrick Beverley. He said, "Pat, my guy, I had a 4-year offer with player option for the same money to be a starter for a different team. FOH saved my career." Now, look. Now, this is what Austin Rivers has said in response to what he heard what JJ Redick said about his dad. For someone who's not accountable, he seems to always be held responsible, considering he's the guy that's always fired when things don't go right. He said of his father, citing a couple of examples of his teams coming up short in LA and Philly. Now, in terms of accountability, your best years in the NBA were when you played for him and the Clippers. It's just very ironic and kind of weird that you have this energy towards him. This is what Austin Rivers was responding to JJ Redick criticizing of his dad, Doc Rivers. Now, let me just say this. I'm just going to say this, man. Doc Rivers have been underperforming with his NBA teams. Let me tell you something. Do you know how many times this man has been taken out of the playoffs? You know how many game sevens he has lost in the NBA playoffs. Now, I'm going to just say this, man. I didn't like the fact that Doc Rivers took over that job from Adrian Griffin. I didn't like it. Now, I understand a man's going to do what he's going to do, but I'm just coming from my perspective, from my opinion. Now, Doc Rivers did say that he was going to give his check and the other thing that comes with the NBA All-Star coaching to Adrian Griffin. He deserved that. It's not a handout. Adrian Griffin deserved that, and the Milwaukee Bucks and yourself robbed that from Adrian Griffin. Now, Stephen A. Smith did bring out a point. He said that Doc Rivers was a liaison spokesperson or like a overseer for the Milwaukee Bucks. So he had connections up in upper management, whether that's with the general manager, the president, and things of that nature with that Milwaukee's Bucks organization. And Stephen A. Smith alluded to this is why Doc Rivers need to do less talking and more coaching and winning ball games on the basketball court. Because if you're losing, but yet you're doing all this talking by doing these interviews, going on these podcasts, and saying that you're responsible for the James Harden trade and not focusing on the Milwaukee Bucks. And he did preface himself, Stephen A. Smith, by saying he don't expect to put this amount of responsibility or accountability on him because he's coming in the middle of the season. But he said when come next season, there will be no excuses. This is my mindset of it. If the Milwaukee Bucks had the audacity to fire Adrian Griffin, who had the number 1 or the number 2 record in the East, then my goodness, I'm going to put that same accountability on Doc Rivers because he took over that job with a great winning record. I don't want to hear nothing about you came in the middle of the season. I don't want to hear no excuses about your players. Mine was in Cabo or anything like that. You play to coach and win an NBA basketball game. I don't want to hear no excuses. I'm here for what JJ Redick says. It's time to take accountability. Austin Rivers, I understand that's your dad. Of course, I expect you to back your dad. Hey, it is what it is on that. He's going to back his dad. What you think he's going to do publicly? Talk trash about his dad? But Patrick Beverley said something in respect to cover Doc Rivers. Okay, then I understand that because you're on the Milwaukee Bucks team. Okay, I understand that. But I'm standing with JJ Redick on this one. Take accountability. Don't talk about anything else. Only thing I want to hear you talk about is getting the Milwaukee Bucks prepared for battle. Getting the Milwaukee Bucks prepared to win a 2024 NBA championship. Nothing else doesn't matter at this point. Nothing else doesn't matter. I want you to focus on that and do less talking about other things and do more talking about what are you going to be doing, you and then your rest of your coaching staff, to prepare this team to win an NBA championship. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what are your thoughts on this situation with JJ Redick, and all the comments that he said about Doc Rivers not taking accountability for his actions on his coaching his team and getting them prepared to win an NBA basketball championship. Let me know, do y'all think it was fair or do you think it was foul? Let me know in the comment section. There are several free ways. You already know what it is on the Royal Figures YouTube channel that you can support my channel for free. You can like it, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also you can actually engage with my videos. I always give a call to action at the end of my videos. Comment and let me know what your thoughts on the JJ Redick comments about Doc Rivers. Is it fair or foul? And I will respond back by liking or responding back to your opinion on the situation. Hey, y'all always take care of yourself, be safe out there, and stay tuned to the next video.